Hello everyone, I welcome you all on programming using Python MCA third semester course. In the last class I have discussed about how the error messages will be represented, that is either it may be a syntax error or a semantics error, and after that how to go for a multi-line statement, that is using parenthesis and line continuation statements. After that we have discussed that how to give a comments or how to go for a description code, and after that we have discussed with built-in functions which is available in Python. So in last class we have discussed with a few built-in function, that is one it is AB, yes, that is absolute value of a variable or absolute value of a number. After that we have discussed about int, that is type conversion. So this will going to convert the given value to a integer, and after that we have discussed with a float. So whatever the value which is passed through argument to this function, it will convert it to the floating point values. And continuing with built-in functions, I am going to the next built-in function, it is help. Next built-in function it is help, and this is this help built-in function is used to shows the documentation of for any function. So I have written the example. So here I am taking a documentation of function called ABS. So ABS means I have discussed in the last class, that is absolute value, right? So when I execute this command, I will get this line of instruction. So the first line is going to tell that the ABS function it belongs to which function group. So here it belongs to a built-in function group. After that it going to tell that and it is a which module it belongs, or okay. So in the first statement it will tell that help on built-in function ABS, that is function description will be tell, and after that and which module it will be belongs. So these things will be displayed in the first line. So the ABS value is belongs to the built-in module. So the module will be discussed in the next coming sessions. Okay. After that it shows the how you need to call a function. Okay. Here we have a argument called number, and argument are specified between parentheses. Here the number means it can be int or a float. So after that the arrow mark it will represent, so it is a return type, and the return type of this function it is number. So once again it is a number, so it may be either integer or a float, it depends on the value of a absolute value. Okay. So the last statement, so this is specify the English description of the function or the what the function does in terms of English. So the ABS will function for it going to return the absolute value of the argument. Okay. So this is how we will get a information about the built-in functions using one more built-in function called help. Okay. Let us consider one more built-in function, that is round. Okay. So the round function it going to round the floating point number to the nearest integer. I am repeating, the round function it going to rounds the floating point number to the nearest integer. Let's give a example. Round 3.8. Okay, I am passing the argument as 3.8 and it going to rounds to the rounds to the nearest integer value. So nearest integer value for 3.8, it is 4. Okay. Then one more example. Round 19.5175. Okay. So when this statement get executed, so this will be converted to value called 20, right? So this will be converted to value called 20. Let me give one more example. Round -5.3. So this will be equal to, or the output of this round function, it is -5. Okay. So the floating point value, whatever it is passed to the round function, that will be converted to the nearest integer value. Okay. With respect to round function, it can be called with either one argument or two arguments. Okay. So this round functions can be called in a by passing only one argument or by passing two arguments. So when we are passing with a single argument, it going to round us to the it rounds to the nearest integer value. Okay. So this is an example. When we are passing only one argument to the round function, it going to round to the nearest integer value. Let us take this example with two arguments. Round 19.5175, comma. So to differentiate in between one argument to another argument, we need to specify by putting a comma, then the second argument. Okay. Then when I execute this statement, I will get the answer as 19.16. Okay. Because it rounds to a floating point number. Okay. So with respect to when you are passing two values, then it going to round to the nearest floating point value, and this second argument, this will indicate the precision of the value. So I am specifying I need only, after decimal I need only 2 decimal space value. So after the integer number, I require only 2 decimal value. So then I am specifying a 2 has a precision, so that I will get only 2, and that 2 will be rounded to the floating point decision. Clear? Then we are going to execute, we are going for help command with respect to the round, or documentation which is found for the help. Okay. Help on built-in function. Round number, comma. So I am specifying the square bracket, it means that it is a optional one. N digits, so this value of n digit is equal to none. Okay, value of n digit is equal to none. Okay. So the English statement, it is return the value of value in integer if n digit is omitted. Okay, it returns the value in integer if this n digit value it is omitted or a none. Okay, so like this. So in this example I have not specified the n digit number. So the by default value of n digit it is none. So that this will take none means nothing will be there. Then only this number part will be get executed. So it will return the integer value. Okay. Then when n digit it is specified, the return value has the same type. It has the same type as the number. So what the value or the what number we have passed it, so the same return value will be specified. Okay. So this is what with respect to the round built-in function. So let us consider one more built-in function, that is pow. Okay. Pow means to get a power of value. Okay. So this is the built-in function, and let us consider the documentation of the power function. So help with respect to pow. Okay. So help on built-in function pow. Okay, in module built-in then how to call this function. So pow, okay, then base, okay, then expression x power, then we have mode, then that value will be none. So with respect to power built-in functions, we have three arguments, that is base and exponential value, then we have a modulus. So how this will be, this equivalently be base multiplied with or exponential value with the expressions. After that, okay, so this will be evaluated if the argument it is two arguments. So when we passed only the two arguments, that is power of 2 power 4. So we will get a 2 to the power of 4, it is 16, right? 2 power 4 it is 16. So when we are passing only two values, okay, then that time it going to calculate only the base with respect to the exponential value. Okay. For example, if I passing three values, that is 2, 4, then 3. So in that time the value will be calculated as base to the power of exponential, and after that modulus of this mode. Okay. So when this will be this operation will be performed when we are passing a 3 arguments. So when we execute this statement, we will get the answer as 1, because the base and exponential value means 2 power 4, it is 16 modulus of mode value here it is 3. So when we are dividing 16 modulus of 3, we will get a remainder as 1. Okay. So this is how the power built-in function will work. Some of the built-in functions which is for this session, okay, the only with respect to the numbers, okay, that is absolute, int, float, help, round and power. Because Python has a n number of built-in function, for this sessions for now we are learned only this built-in functions. So next topic it is how to going with a text or a character representation of data. So till now we have studied with only the number, that is integer or a floating point value. So after now we are going to considering the working with a text, how to go deal with a text. Okay. Okay, let's start with working with text. Usually the computers are invented for only for arithmetic operations. So nowadays most of them are to spend lot of time for processing of data, and many programs are going to create a text, store it and search, and we can move from one place to another places. So text plays or a text will play a major role in your computer program, that is non-numeric data type that will represents a text means. So the number or the value or the data type which is not a numeric, that we called as a text. So non-numeric data type that represents a text. Okay, the text is represented as a strings. Sequence of character are called a strings. Characters are called as a strings. So the character, it can be a letter or else it can be a digit or else it can be a symbols. So these things are we called as a strings, and these strings are encoded or indicated by the values are indicated by using either single or a double quotes, that is this are using a double quotes. Okay, or else we can go for combination of both. Okay. So usually with respect to Python programming, we prefer double quotes. So let's give a example on strings or a text. So this is what the example. When I executed this statement, I will get a output as programming. Okay, let's give one more example because it's only one word. I'm using double quotes. Python programming. Okay, so after this statement get executed, I will get the output as Python programming. Okay. So let me try with a combination, right? So I will start with double quotes, that is Python programming. I am ending with a single quote. So when I execute it like this, I will get a error message, that is syntax error. So that when I get executed, I will get a message as file std in line 1 Python programming file std in line 1 Python programming. Okay, syntax means I will get a error message as syntax error, and error message it is EOL while scanning. Sorry. While scanning string literal. Okay. So I will get a error as EOL. So it means end of line error while scanning the string literal. So literal means a value which is specified in a statement. Okay. Then I need to find out the length of the strings. Okay. Shortest string, it is a empty string. So that will be defined as using double quotes, or else I can use single quotes. See, for your understanding, I am given a space here. Okay, while you are typing, just go with like this. So there is no space. For only readability purpose, I have given a space. Okay, if I type like this only, you will get a message as, or you will get a length at as a 1. Okay. So while executing, just use double quotes in near. Don't give any spaces. Okay. So when I execute this statement, then output of this, it is this much only. Okay. If I get executed with single quotes, I am telling for understanding, for visuality purpose, I am given a space. Okay. So this will be the output when you are executing the value. Okay. Different operations can be performed on in your strings also. So how we have performed different operations or arithmetic operations in numbers, like that we can perform different operations on strings. The built-in function, it is len. Okay. The first built-in function with respect to string, it is a len. It going to return the number of character which is between open and closing quotes. Okay. Let me go for example. So len, okay, open the quotes, then text it is, or a string it is Python programming. Close the quotes, close the parenthesis. So when this statement get executed, I will get answer as 18. Okay. Let us calculate how many characters are present. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yes. Here we have only 17 character. Then output we have getting as a 18. Yes. This space value will also be calculated when we are with respect to the length. Okay. Let us consider one more example. Length of 1, 2, 3 exclamatory then close. What is the value of this when that or the length of this value? It is 4. Maybe you are getting confusion, right? Ma'am, here you have written English letters, but here you have written numbers. It should be a string, right? No. When you have quoted with a double quotes or a single quote, this will be treated as a string. I am repeating. When the numbers, means I have told that in the last that the string can be a digit. So that when the numbers are coded with either single or a double quotes, this will be treated as a string itself. So that when this value is get executed, so the output will be get it as a 4. Let us count number of character, that is 1, 2, 3 and 1 exclamatory symbol. Okay. Let us count for the, so I am opening the braces, then I am giving space, then closing. So when I execute this, I will get the answer as 1 because there is a 1 space between open and closing quotes of the close in a function. Let us consider one more example. So len, so when this statement get executed, here I am not given any space between the open and closing quotes with respect passing a value to a len function. So in that time I won't get any length, so it will gives a value as 0. Let us consider the plus operator with respect to the two strings. So considering the plus operator in a string. Okay. When we are using the plus operator in a strings, it will give a new string. I am writing as a Python. Okay. So Python is a one string and plus, okay, open programming. So programming is also a one more string. I am adding these two strings. So I will get the output as Python programming. Okay, you need to observe that here I have given a space. So here I have given a space so that you will get a space here. If I have just quoted with here, you won't get any space. These two will be get merged. Okay. Let's give one more example. This is with respect to only one value. I am using double quotes. Python closing open is object oriented. Okay. So like this you can give, means it can be a string or it can be of any length. Okay. But then when this statement get executed, you will get the answer as Python. So here it is a space is object oriented. Okay. So here the plus operator, we can call it as a concatenation operator. Okay. The plus can be called as a concatenation operator, and plus is the most overloaded operator because the plus can be used in integer, float, and now we are using in a string operations. Okay. Let me give one more example. Okay. So I have opening the strings, just high level, then closing, then plus. Okay. So when I executing this statement, and here concatenating two strings. Okay, I have sent only one string. I have not entered another string. That it is the second one. It is a empty string. So then also we will get a new string as a high level. Sorry. So then also I will get a value as high level. Okay. So this can be given in either left hand side of the operator or a right hand side of the operator. With the another string can be a empty string. Okay. This operator with strings and numeric. So the string value it is n, h, and numeric value it is 3. So when I get executed this statement, I will get a type error. So I will get a type error. Shall I type? Sorry. I will skip the first two lines, that is traceback most recent call and file std in line 1 in module. I'll just type the I'll just write the type error. Type error can only concatenate str, okay, not int to str. Okay. So the error message here it is a type mismatch error. So you need to only concatenate string, okay, with a string, not to a integer. Okay. So Python exception will be executed here. Okay. So here we are Python get executing this. Here we are performing, we are going to combine the value of two different data types. Okay. That is string and numeric value, and in that time the Python will not know which version of the plus should be get executed. Either it should add the number to number or it should concatenate the string, so that it will send a message as type error. Okay. Let me give one more example. 9 plus planets. Okay. The type error may be, okay, I just write type error itself. I am not going to write the first two line, that is trace back most recent call and the file std in. Unsupported operator, unsupported operand, unsupported operand type or a types plus int and str. Okay. So when I execute here, I have executed with a string value plus number value. Here number value with a string. So in then that time I am getting a error as unsupported operand type or a types for a plus. Okay, for a plus either it int and a string. So we should not do this kind of error. while writing a program. Okay. To join a string with a number, the function str can be used. Okay. So now let me give the example. Now MCA is, okay, I need a string or I need a number as a 2. Okay. So that I am using a built-in function called str. So this will go into typecast. So whatever the value it is passed to the function str, that will be converted to a string value plus years course. Okay. Output as now MCA is 2 year scores. Okay. Apply the integer and floating function for the strings whose content is looks like a number, or it may be an integer or a floating point. Okay. Let's give you the example. Here int, so 0 it is quoted between quotes, so that I will get answer as 0. So int, the value 11, it looks like a number, so I am going to converting so that I will get answer as 11. Let us take an example with respect to negative values also. So int minus 3024. So when this get executed, when the character digit integer minus 324 is get executed, I will get a value as 324. So let's take the examples on float type. Okay. So the 56.34 is a string format. So I am going to convert this to a floating point values. So that will be equal to 56.34. Okay. So now I am going to trying with a int a. Okay. I just thought that the a may be look like 0. So when I get executed with this, I will get a error message. The error message is, I am leaving the first 2 lines, I am just going with the error, that is value error. So value error will be displayed, and this will going to tell that it is a invalid literal for the int with a base 10. Okay. So it going to make a error, it has a value error. So invalid literal for the int function with a base 10 to a. So when if it is, I have executed the same function with respect to the float. So float of b. Okay. So in that time also I will get a value error. And this time it going to tell that it could not convert to a string to a float b. Okay. So with respect to value 1, it is an invalid literal for integer function with a base 10. With respect to the float, it tells that it will not convert to the string to a float. And I am going to tell you one thing, it is, so when you are going with error messages, this error messages may be different from one version to another version. So sometimes just it will give a one line, or sometimes it go for a lengthy line of code. Okay. As of now, with respect to text, we have come across with or the operations can be performed on strings. We have learnt it is plus, then len, then integer, then it is float. Okay. Next, consider the operator, it is star. Okay. Let's take a example. So within a string, within a quotes, I have taken as at, I am using a symbol or operator star. So I am giving a value as 5. So when this statement get executed, so it going to print 5 times a 80. So this is the multiplication. So it going to multiply the 80 value with a 5. So I will get a output as 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times I will get a 80. Let us consider one more example. 4 multiplied with a symbol. So symbol is also a strings. Okay. So when this statement get executed, the output of this statement, it is 4 multiplications. Let us give one more example. Okay. It is string. So string will be multiplied with a value called 0. Okay. When I get, sorry, I have missed quotes. Okay. When this strings get executed or this statement get executed, so the output of this, it is like this, because it gives a empty strings. So 0 is multiplied with any value, we will get a 0 itself. So that when we are multiplying a strings with a 0, we will get a empty strings. Then with respect to 0, or when we are multiplying a less than or equal to the 0, so in that all the time we will get a empty string only. So let's give example with less than the value of 0. That is string multiplied with -3. So in this time also we will get the output as like this. So it is a empty strings. So when the string it is multiplying with less than or equal to 0, we will get a empty string itself. Okay. So here the strings are values, right? So strings are values, so that value can be assigned to a variable. And what are the different operations which are performed on values? The same functions can be, or the same operations can be applied for the variables also. Okay. Let us consider the string variables. Okay. Example it is, so I am taking a variable as a string. For this string, the value it is MIT, my sword. Okay, I am closing. So this is the value. Okay, so this value will be assigned to a string. So in the last session, I have told you that. So when come across with the equal sign, the first it is executed for the right hand side of the expression. So this value will be assigned to the left of the equal sign, right? So after this, let apply the first built-in function, or the len function of the string. Len of variable string. Okay. So when we are executing this, I will get the answer as 9. Okay. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? Clear? One thing you need to observe, okay? It's the same expression I am writing, len of MIT Mysore. Okay, so when the function passes the value, you need to give it in the form of quotes. Okay, when function is passing a value through a variable, you should not give a quotes. You should not give a quotes. Let us take one more example. Are going to perform the different functions which we have performed for values. So string 1. So this will contain, as usual, department of MCA. Okay. Here I am performing concatenation operation. That is string. Okay, I am once again reminding that or recalling that here also I am not using a quotes because it is a variable, and when the variable comes, the Python automatically substitute the value of the variable, so that I am not using any quotes. In the previous example I have used quotes because the quotes represents a value. With respect to this I am using a variable, so that I am not going to put any quotes for this. Okay, when I get concatenating this with this, so I will get the answer as it is department of MCA. Okay, what is the string value? So string value it is MIT Mysore. So this will be displayed. Okay. So this is what the concatenation operation between a value and a variable. Let's take one more example with respect to our multiplication operator. Here I am considering string with a value called students. Value called students. I am performing multiplication operation with respect to this variable string multiplied by 2. Okay. So in then I will get a output as students. Okay. So this is what the output when we are going with multiplication. Okay, it going to multiply the string one time with a and with multiplied with the value 2. So that's 1 into 2, you will get a 2 value of this. Okay. Let us try to write a statement like this. That is not, that's not going to work. Okay. Let us try to display these things on your screen. Okay. That's not going to work. So I am just typing the same content in a prompt. So I am using double quotes. Okay. That is not, sorry, use single quote. This is single quote. That is not going to work. I am closing single quotes. So I wanted to display this content on a screen. So I have in a terminal or in a shell, I am going to write it like this. So that so opening the single quotes, so that I am going to type it, that is not going to work. So when this statement get executed, I will get a error message as syntax error. So I will get a message as syntax error. It is invalid character in identifier. So invalid character in a identifier. Syntax error messages will be displayed on the screen. Because, so when this statement get executed, so it thought that this is the starting point and this is the ending point. So and after this, what is the left out? So this will be the unidentified character. Okay. So when this is the only the end of the string, what about the rest of the thing and how to deal with these things? Okay. And what to know about the remaining text? So then that time we will get a syntax messages. To overcome this, or to solution for this, we need to use combination of double quotes and a single quote. So for this, I need to write, or we need to write, use double quotes, that is not going to work. Okay. So when you write like this, you will get a answer as, that is not going to work. Okay. Let me give one more example with respect to the single quote in a statement or a sentence. Okay. So I need to print, that's better. So using combination of double quotes and single quotes, I can get a like this, that is, that's better. Okay. Now the double quotes, that is better, it should be in a double quotes, and remaining, she said, it's in normal. Okay. I need to write like this, she said, that is better. That is better should be in a double quotes. To write like this, we need to go with combination, that is, we'll start with single quote, she said. Okay. After this, I am going to use double quote, that is better. I am closing the double quotes as well as single quotes. So when this statement get executed, I will get a output as, she said that is better. So like this, I will get an answer. Okay. So here, with respect to this example, I am using only the single character or the single quote. For this example, I am using single character or a single quote. For this example, I am using one or a double quotes one time. So if I need both single quote as well as a double quotes in a sentence, so in that time we need to write like this. Okay. Single quote, start with single quote, she said. Okay. After that, so I need a double quotes over here, that. Okay. So here I require a single quote. So that for that plus, so open the quotes, then close this, then single quote, then double quote, plus single quote, yes. Okay. Hard to read. Okay. Then close both double quotes and single quotes. Actually, the statement should be, she said that's hard to read, harder to read or hard to read in this form. So I need I require a statement in this form. When I get executed, okay, I will get a message, or the output of this, it is she said that, okay, so here it starts with double quotes and first of yes, then hard to read, then close the quotes, close it. So this is how we will get when we are going with this. So this statement, it is valid in a Python. Okay, this backslash represents it is a escape character. Okay, so this is we called as a escape character, and when this when the Python came to know that the slash it is used, or it know that the next character it is used for other purpose. The escape sequence is used as a two symbols to represent a single character. I am repeating it. When the Python identifies the backslash symbol, it identifies or it thought that the next character it is used for other purpose, and it is a end of the statement or end of the strings. Okay, the escape sequence it uses for two symbols, that is backslash and a single quote, and this whole thing will represent a single character. Okay, let us find the length of this escape sequence. So length of escape sequence, it will give a value as 1. Let's go for one more example. Len okay, here it is. So when I'm going to consider, I will get output as 4. So I it is 1, T, then this 2 represent, that is escape sequence represent a 1 value, then it is yes, that is its. Okay, so Python has a several escape sequence. On my left hand side you can see the different escape sequence which is present. Okay, first it is backslash single quote, then next it is backslash with a double quotes and 2 backslash, next it is slash T, and that is used for tab, and slash N it's for new line, and slash R for the carriage return. Okay, so with this I am going to end this session. Before that I am going to conclude. So in this sessions we have learned the built-in functions which is available on the Python. The first we have learned it is help. After that round, then it is a pub operations or the for built-in function. So after that we have come across with the working with strings, the how to represent the strings and the operations on the strings, and built-in function on a strings. So these things are we have learnt in today's session. With this I am going to end this session. Thank you all.